So, thinking about playing as Apsara now, huh? Now that's a good choice. Apsara is a physical sub-DPS class with tons of potential. She can dish out high damage, clear dungeons efficiently, and even boost your team's performance, enhancing both your damage and your allies. But before we dive in, here's a quick tip. Check out the official Airon-Elsword Discord server. They often run events when you can win some keychain just for participating in it. With that out of the way, let's get started. Understanding Apsara starts with her passive skills, which they define her core gameplay. So let's break them down one by one. Her first passive skill is Abundant Power. She increases her max MP and converts max energy orb recovery into MP, which is very useful and helpful for MP sustain. Her next passive skill, it is Energy Activation. Boosts her physical attack power, reduces command knockdown, which is great for PvP, and shortens debuff duration. Her next passive skill is Full Moon Slash. It will enhance her secret target art with speed and damage. But being honest, you won't really be using this much for the endgame content, so you don't really need to worry about. Her next passive skill is Tiger Power, which will boost her secret tiger art by increasing speed and damage, while granting your team a critical damage buff for 30 seconds. This will make your tiger art your core secret art for Apsara. Her next passive skill is Ultimate Spearmanship. Your attacks will always break enemy armor now, which will reduce their physical and magical defense and will increase physical damage taken. This will also apply in your special active skills, so you know it is a constant debuff on your enemies, which is pretty nice. Her next passive skill is Awakened Will Sacra Devanan. When you are recovering 10 energy orbs, we will gain a 23% of special active damage for 10 seconds. When you use all of her orbs, you will get 43% of defense buff. You will be rotating between these for a constant buff. So this will be a nice touch for damage and defense. The Awaken 1 passive, it is a flat 10% of your attack, defense and HP. It is very simple and effective. And her next passive skill, it is Valor and Devotion. Every time you use a bravery skill, you will get a movement and action speed buffs for 30 seconds, which is very nice. Now for her third job passive skills, this is where Apsara really shines. Time of Enlightenment. Using orb-consuming skills reduce other skill cooldowns by 33%, and you have 3-second cooldown to reactivate. Secret art skills now give you plus 3% of physical attack power up to 10 stacks, so be sure to keep it up during your skill rotations. Flow of Chi. Now you passively increase all your speeds. Whenever you regain energy orbs with energy recovering skills or cancelling, you will gain a buff that can stack up to 5 times and giving you 20% of chance to ignore 60% of defense. This chance will apply to all your attacks, including your special active skills. This lasts up to 10 seconds, so you better keep those orb recovering skill going. Now it is time to set up your skill bar for maximum impact. For her first skill, Tiger Stance 1 Rock Smash. It is great for building stacks early on, also handy to keep your buffs rolling. Her next skill, it is Falling Dragon mod, Heavily Dragon. It is a fantastic dungeon clearing skill with great splash damage, range and horizontal coverage. Her next skill, it is Steel Body, which is great for cancelling skills and will consume an orb, which means that you will benefit from her passive of consuming orbs to reduce your cooldowns, which is great. Some people may use Charging Fury for mobility reasons, but I personally use Steel Body so I can get the benefit of cooldown reduction more often. Her next skill, it is Tiger Stance 4 Raging Wave. You will complete your Tiger Secret Art rotation with this. When you have 10 energy orbs, you just use that and you will complete your Secret Tiger Art. This will deal a huge damage and will rebuff your team. and also you can get advantages of using her huge amount of iframes from that. And for her next skill, Tiger Stance Fierce Spear Dance. Use it mostly to consume energy and reduce cooldowns, but you can also regenerate energy with the right cancel timing, which is great for you to have in your skill bar when you need to recover orbs to get the benefits of your passives. Her next and crucial skill is Fierce Tiger Strike. This skill is so important for Apsara that you should choose the regenerating trait to cast it more times during dungeons and raids. It is your core regenerating energy orb skill that will grant you 3 energy orbs back per allies hit by your buff and enemies hit by this skill, turning out to be her best skill to get back all of her energy orbs. And when you do this right, of course, you can even gain more MP back to you. Not only you increase your power by using this skill, but you also increase action speed and damage against normal mobs. So yeah, you gotta make sure that you have this skill in your skill bar. Her next skill, it is Orchid Fall. Great for sustained damage, especially on larger bosses. You better position yourself great if you are trying to hit small enemies due to the skill design, so yeah, you better take attention if you want to deal damage to smaller enemies due to how this skill works. Her next skill, it is Suppression. You do lowers enemy defense, you use all your energy orbs, and helps you maintain buff rotation and cooldown management. This skill, it is very important to have in your skill bar because you have the benefit of using all your skill orbs and get the benefits of your passives yet again. So yeah, it is a very good skill. Now we will come to the Transcended Slot skills. And for that we have the mod Shadow Weave Lotus of Dawn. It is a strong AoE pulse skill. You can cancel very fast the animation of the skill, so it works greatly with reset builds, ideal for both mobs and bosses. It was her main skill for damage dealing, so yeah, it is very good for you to not have it. And her second skill for the Transcended Slot is going to be a Spiritual Dragon. It is best used for big enemies. For smaller mobs, you better position yourself carefully to get the most out of hits, because even though it is a powerful skill, you do want to hit as many times as you want to, so keep that in mind. So basically, you can focus your Shadow Weave Lotus of Dawn when you're facing smaller enemies, and we are facing wide big enemies. You can make a good use of your Spiritual Dragon skill. So yeah, that's a pro tip for you. Now we come to the gameplay tips. Apsara gameplay isn't hard, but it is all about rhythm and rotation. Starting by building up your 10 stack power buff using your full Tiger Secret Art combo 2 times. When you get the buff, you must focus on using your all major damage skills first and then use your energy consuming skills to trigger your cooldown reduction passive. Between cooldowns, you better rebuild your energy using Fierce Tiger Strike and rotate back to the Tiger Art 4 stance to rebuff your whole team. You better repeat this flow smoothly by using your 3 seconds window of cooldown reactivation buff from your passive. If you got max CDR from your gear, it gets even better. Here's a rule of thumb: keep your power buff up, manage your energy orbs well, and rotate constantly between full and empty orb states, okay? Once you get that, you'll notice how smooth her gameplay can be. Now for the equipment tips, Apsara doesn't struggle much with cooldowns, but having reset chance effects on your gear can massively boost her DPS, since her damage skills are very fast and spammable. Even with the red XA scale gear, she will perform great, but you just need to be a little bit more mindful of her cooldown timing. So, in conclusion, Apsara might look complex at first, but once you get to the flow, she's a high impact and super fun class to play with. Whether you are clearing mobs or melting bosses, her versatile kit has you covered. I hope this guide helped you understand her gameplay better and maybe even inspired you to give her a shot. Trust me, she's a beast once you master her rhythm. So that's it for today's video. I hope you learned a thing or two. So anyways, it's good to see you here and I'll see you in game.